If I told you or your staff that you got to go to a conference for free, would you just say, awesome, let's do it? Probably not. You'd probably have some questions like, what's the conference about? Who's going to be there? What are the outcomes? I think the same is for like any online community, right? Like, where are your people going to go learn from? You say, well, it'll probably be good. Like, go find a Facebook group. Like, what are the chances you'd find an education Facebook group that relates to someone looking for project-based learning, looking to up their leadership game, or looking to do really great work within classrooms? Like, everybody will say that, but how do you know it's happening? How do you know it's not talking about literacy or elementary and you're secondary? Or if you're secondary, then right, vice versa. Like, how do you figure those things out? I think once you find an online community that you can trust, though, you should fully connect in. So how do you do that? What do you do? And where do you connect? Welcome to PBL Simplified for Leaders, where we take your vision off the paper and move it into your school. I'm going to distill leadership ideas from education, business, and sports so that you can raise your leadership level and be the leader that your building needs you to be. Today, we're talking about connecting online. And I think the biggest thing that you need to figure out is, where do you connect? What are the things that are most important to you? Student-centered instruction, project-based learning, PLCs, giving learners authentic opportunities, what those pieces are. So at Magnify Learning, we have an online community. You can join the waitlist in the description below. We'd love to have you connect. But then even once you connect, it's like, where will you connect? Where are your teachers going to connect? And how do you know it's going to be authentic? And just like the PD question, like, how do you know it's going to be really great? We all have logins from something we thought would be great, but we never really connect. At Magnify Learning, we have an online community, and our goal is to have it be so valuable, you've got to connect every day, every week. So what do you connect to? There are 3 places you and your team can connect. The first one is principal masterminds. This is a high-level, high-ticket item, but what it looks like is that you have other leaders just like yourself who are operating at a high level with energy, work, and love, and they are trying to max out their work. Now, you know that if you go to a principals conference and you sit at a table of 10 people, there might be 1 or 2 at that table that you can really connect with. Like, if you're a high flyer, then it's like, it takes about 5 minutes to know that the other person's not at your level. So you might actually have no people at your table, but the person you want to connect with is 1 table away and you'd have no idea. What we do in the mastermind is we vet those that can come into the mastermind, and they are people that are absolutely operating at a high level, guaranteed, right? If you're not operating at a high level, then it's not the place for you. But if it is, we meet a couple of times a month, twice a month typically. We meet in person once a year, and you are just in the room with the right people. And when you do that, you're in a place where there are already high standards, it raises your standards. When you ask a question, it's not crickets. You've got people that are for you, and we're for you. Again, that level's not for everybody, but I want you to know that it's in there. This mastermind piece that's really, really high touch and very, very customized, and it's just for you, the high flying leader. The second place is for your teachers to connect. And here they can connect on 2 different levels. The first level is a PBL jumpstart. So let's say you've just started with PBL and you want your teachers to have support. So, man, if they could just collaborate with the right people, we could really move forward. And if that's you and you get that idea of collaboration to move people forward, people are talking about a vision that you're talking about, it goes even farther, right? It's grassroots movement stuff. That's the really big stuff. So people with the same issues, the same wins, talking in the same community, but they're not also in that same place where people are like talking over their heads, right? So you need a place where people get you. Like your beginning teachers that just started PBL, they go into this part of the community, this tract, and go, yep, that's me. That's what we're looking for. Like we want when they walk in and say, yep, that course is for me. Yep, those resources are for me. Yep, this discussion is for me. The second place is, where do you put your high flyers, your advanced and your certified folks? we've got a track for them because in their need to knows are different than the beginning need to knows. They're in the trenches, they're innovating, they're doing things differently, they're looking at standards-based learning, standards-based grading, they're looking at PLCs, they're looking to move to the next level, community partners 2.0, like how do they have those discussions? And you can't always have them just within your own staff. So you need to bring them into a larger community where conversations are happening on purpose. It's not just crickets when they put a question out there. We have people stirring the pot so that conversations are happening because it's a really important part to the movement. If we're going to get to 51 by 51, 51% of schools doing PBL by 2051, we've got to stir the pot. We've got to have different conversations than we're having right now around succession planning, real world application, moving things forward at a school level, not just a classroom level. And we need your high flyers in there along with everyone else's. And what we've created with this online community is that it is just that. It's not a place where your people have to go and teach other people because your people, your high flyers are always teaching, which is good, but they need to be taught, right? You have to lead from a full cup. So we're filling up your high flyers so that they can pour that out into your school and into their learners. So when you look at this online communication piece, I think you need to take it seriously. I think you need to get beyond your ecosystem because what can happen is like, yes, your group's doing a really great thing, but it starts to get a little unhealthy and prideful as your kids are doing great things. We're the best in our region. We're the best. We're the best. And you lose that growth mindset piece, right? Of better. Like you should continually be looking for better ecosystems out there so that you can learn from them. So that's how I think you can continue that, especially when you're at the height of your game and you're really crushing your vision. You need to get them out there so that they're learning even more and they can see some things to strive towards. Really, really important work to keep in that growth mindset so you're continually growing. Part of that is listening to this PBL leadership series. So make sure that you hit subscribe and make sure that you share this with someone. In our mastermind group, we're always sharing and we're known as a sharing and generous group. Let that be a part of your leadership legacy is that you're a sharer. If you get a great resource, you're going to share it with someone. And we find again and again that someone's very willing to share a resource back with you. So go ahead and subscribe and share. I think it'll work out for you. And then you'll go out to engage your learners, tackle boredom, and transform your classrooms. Go lead inspire.